One is one I've been using off and on. I find that I really like it. It's called Recite. The address is recitethis.com, which will be in the show notes. Basically, what you can do with this is great if you need to develop content really quickly and you don't have a lot of time and you want content that's easily optimizable. But what you do with Recite This is that you type in a few words, like I think 140 characters, not sure exactly how many, but think Twitter style. You type in your quote and you pick out a template of how you want the quote to look. And it could be a picture in a frame, it could be words over a sunset or what have you. You type that in, you download the picture, and then you upload that picture to your blog. And yeah, Jack is Jack is using Recite This now. So he wrote his quote in, he picked out his template, and it makes it right there in front of you as you see it there live. And he can take that picture, download it, or he can share it to Tumblr, Twitter, Facebook, what have you. And there he has instant content. You know, pictures and images are so popular online, especially for short attention spans. So if you need to do a quick picture, a quick quote that hopefully will go viral, you can, if you got something really snappy to say, in 140 characters or less, go to Recite This, and you have some content that you can make and circulate out there to the hills.
Okay, Jim, we're going to have to go overtime a little bit because that brings me to something else. And I haven't been able until just now when you showed me this to share with everybody a really super easy way to do it because I'm doing it in Photoshop. But I created a list of 50 different tips that I have, and they're real short things like this, real short, a little bit more wordy than this, but something that could fit on a graphic. And it's a Pinterest tip that everybody knows you're supposed to have visuals in your blog posts all the time.
Sure.
All the time.
Yeah.
And they know it's because of photo sharing type things, photo-based sharing like Pinterest.
Yeah.
Let's pretend like there's anything else. That's the big elephant in the room is Pinterest. So what you do is you create out of those, say you make 50 tips, and you want to do this once a week, so 52. Make up 52 tips, put it in Evernote or whatever. Then you can come here to Recite This and put each one of those tips in. And now you've got a photo that you can download, that you can pass around and everything. And more importantly, you can make those tips, of course, they're going to be able to be things that can be blogged about. So now you have a picture that's not just something you pulled out of Flickr or something like that. That's just because you're supposed to have a picture and you try to make something relevant to what you're talking about. Now you have a picture that supports maybe a quote that's in the blog post that you're doing, and or you set it up as it's supposed to have a blog topic coming right out of it. Like, I'm a man of constant sorrow. I really like that movie. And I'm going to talk about that on my blog, and now I have something that people can come and pin on Pinterest. You're going to be the first one to do that. You're going to be the one that pins it yourself and has all your followers on Pinterest checking it out and maybe passing around, sharing it. So that's a really cool thing to do. And I was using Photoshop. I couldn't figure out. I know there's a lot of tools out there, but this one's really cool. You could do this on a weekend, on one day of the weekend. Come up with a bunch of tips. Come up with a style for this so that when people see it again and again, it's like, oh, that's Jack's blog. He always does the same kind of picture, and he's always got good stuff. So I'm going to make sure as they're scrolling through Facebook, as they're scrolling through, they see the same kind of stuff, and they're, oh, Jack's always got good stuff. That's what I hope anyway that they think, and that's what you hope that they think. So I'm going to stop when I see this, and I'm going to read it every time, and I'm going to share it and pass it on. Really, really, really cool tip. That came from Don Crowther, who has done some really cool stuff, really innovative ways to think about all the different ways that you can syndicate your content, get it out there, mash it up so that it's in a different format to be used on places like Pinterest versus a video that you use on YouTube and all the other video sites. This is awesome, Jim, because this is cool. This is exactly what people need. You don't need to have any graphic ability whatsoever. Just pick something out here, make it consistent, put all your tips on it, and then just start spreading it everywhere. And use it in your blog posts.
What I would like, if they're listening, and hopefully they are, what I would like Recite This to do, if I could upload my own pictures, and then I can say, okay, these pictures are only for my use, or I can opt to make them public domain. So because I'm thinking that I could take pictures of myself, figurative pictures of myself, and then have like maybe a little bubble or something next to me, and then inside a little bubble I can write a little quote, and then and then have that ready in advance, and then make a bunch of posts from this, and then maybe put it on my blog on a timer,
Yeah.
so that once a day there's a little bubble speak of me saying something profound or silly or whatever the case may be. But I like this tool as a way to facilitate that. I thought it would be really cool. So if I can just put up my own pictures, that would be great. So recite this if you're watching. Please, please, please give me the ability to upload my own pictures to your system and instantly share it.
Here we go.
What did you do? I didn't even see that. I saw my name. What did you write?
Oh, there you go. That's going to be an instant hit on Pinterest. Of course, you want to put some things on there that are a little bit more in depth, but
Yeah.
and related to your niche and everything. But we used to do things like this a long time ago. We'd spend a long time. We had the ability to do it because there weren't so many millions of things that we could do to market back then. It was really our autoresponders, and we'd come up with 52 different messages, one auto-response a week. So when somebody got on our list, it would come out once a week. And we'd spend a lot of time on that because it works. If you do a good job with that, you have a really good engagement. When you send out a special newsletter to sell something, to get people's attention, to engage with you, they're primed and ready to do that because you have a message going out every week that they love, that rocks. Well, nowadays, we don't spend as much time on that because we can't spend as much time as marketers on any one thing as we used to, because now there's a billion things to do. And but do something a little old-fashioned and just sit down for a weekend and think about this picture thing and think about this content thing we talked about earlier, creating an audio podcast, an interview with an expert that you can split up into how-to videos and really get into this. Because honestly, if you're trying to stay away from this content marketing thing, you're just prolonging the day that you're going to start getting traffic when you finally decide that you have to be a content marketer, that you have to figure out ways to do it that suits your business, that suits your niche, and hopefully, we'll be able to give you lots of really cool stuff every week to show you, it's really easy. You just got to sit down and do it and think very creatively about this stuff. I'm sure that if you guys start giving us feedback and show us what you've done, you're going to be doing things and thinking of things we never even thought would be, never even thought of. So hopefully you'll come up with something a little bit better than Jim Stroud is dreamy.
What could be better than that?
I don't know.
You gave me an idea that you were thinking. I was actually looking up something online, but there is a site, and I want to say is this called Pinerly. I'm not sure. Pinerly. But basically, what you can do with Pinerly is that you can use it to post pictures to your Pinterest blog, and it'll give you statistics around how well it's being circulated and repinned and things like that. But you can also put your pictures on a schedule if it's the tool that I think it is. So I look at so many, but I think with Pinerly you can set it on a schedule. So what I'm thinking is that I come here, to recite this. I come up with 50 or so or 20 or so different sayings around whatever I want to promote. I then save them and then post them all to Pinerly. And I say, Pinerly, I want you to post this at certain times of the day, and put it on timer. So throughout the day, these pictures can post, and I can see the statistics on which picture is resonating best with the crowd and which pictures tend to get repinned more and which are doing better, that kind of thing. So I'm just brainstorming. I don't know if I can do that with Pinerly. I think I can, but that's what I'm thinking. So just a little ramble.
Another good thing is you don't have to do the 50 quote thing. Just remember that this is here, and if you want to pull a quote out of a blog post you've just done, or you want to use this in some other way to remind people, hey, circle the Friday Traffic Report on Google+, as we're doing a blog post about the Friday Traffic Report today. Well, now I've got an image that looks a lot better, a lot catchier, and you know that the sites that have the money, the deep pockets to have graphic people or very talented bloggers who also know how to do their own graphics and have the time to do it, you know that the effect there is a lot better. It's an effect on you that is different and more quality. You can tell that this is a higher quality publication, and that means that people, if they feel that, they're going to be more likely to bookmark, share, put you somewhere in their queue, in their feed, on their tablet, you know, as some place to follow. And it really is, you know, I couldn't create this graphic ever. I mean, I don't have the Photoshop skills to do something this cool, not nearly this fast. I might be able to someday replicate what they've done there, but this happened in 3 seconds, done. I have something really cool. I can go into Photoshop and just clip this part of it out, you know, and so it's not a big tall graphic, and it fits my, so that's really cool, man. That's giving me all kinds of ideas.